So welcome back, my dears, and we're still working on the personal support worker and the duties and responsibilities of personal support worker. And here we will show some very important points. Since we started to talk about positioning, you can see the word here, positioning, and the Hoyer left. I just choose for you, and the link is down of the resources, the link of this video, very nice video about how to use the Hoyer's left, how we can use the Hoyer left is there. So I will just show it to you right now. It's very important. How can I move the patient from the bed into the wheelchair, or how can I move him back from the wheelchair into the bed using the Hoyer? The Hoyer is used not only for the wheelchair, but also it's used also to shift the patients into the washrooms or into the dining room where they eat their breakfast or lunch or dinner. Also, it's used for the measure of the time, most of the time it's used for the shifting or transferring and transferring the patient into the washrooms or any other places. Shall go right now to see how the Hoyer work. And here we go. Please watch this video with me. Thank you so much.
Check out our detailed sling selection guide before diving into these how-to videos. Today, we're going to demonstrate how to safely transfer a patient from a bed to their wheelchair. Begin by folding the sling in half with the smooth side end and place the sling beside the patient. Gently roll the patient to one side, line the folded sling up with the patient's tailbone and head, then roll half of the sling up and tuck it underneath the patient. Carefully roll the patient to their other side, unroll the sling so that it is laying flat with the smooth side up before returning the patient to a lying position. Gently raise each of the patient's legs to pull the straps underneath and over the patient's legs. You want the straps to be mid-thigh on the patient for the most comfortable transfer. Finally, cross the leg straps, pulling one strap through the other, and you're ready to bring in your lift. Approach the patient with the lift and lock it in place once it is in position. Connect slings loops through the lift bar, keeping in mind that the shorter loops will result in a more inclined patient position. Before lifting, make sure that the patient is fully inside the sling and that the straps and loops are not caught on the bed. With one hand on the patient and one hand on the lift controls, slowly begin lifting the patient. Once the patient has been lifted fully off the bed, you can unlock the lift and move the patient to their wheelchair. Lock the wheelchair in place and position the patient over the chair. With one hand on the patient and one hand on the lift controls, slowly begin lowering the patient. Unhook the sling's loops from the lift and move the lift out of the way.
That was about how to use the lift, how we can use the lift. We'll turn back into our work right now and see some of the personal support worker duties. And I will just enlarge it, my dears, so that we can see what are the daily life or everyday lives, what the personal support worker used to do, whether it's working in nursing home or is working in a home residence or retirement residence, or he is working in hospitals. Mostly are the same things are done in all of them. There are a few examples, like as example, the routine work, which is doing showering and getting the patients, showering them, hair care, like the washing, drying, and so on, peer care, and the application of non-medicated lotions and creams, like those who's complaining like need to put Voltaren on their own knees or so on. Performing assessing the oral care as well. The oral care like the denture, cleaning the denture and so on, including denture care cleaning, assistance with incontinence products to and from the washroom, like the incontinence products which will like those help in when the client want to pee or poo or whatever, so that help him so much. Meal planning and preparation. The meal planning, usually even at preparation and presenting the food, you ask first the patient, does he need fish or need beef or whatever is there? Like you have to give him the choice to ask him first. Assist for full feeding, ensure sufficient fluid intake, like he's having enough water, juice, or tea, or whatever. Range of motions also activities. This is also another part, and we'll study here the range of motions also, and accompaniments for short walks. So you have also to take the patient or the PSW, the one who take the patients for short walk using the cane, or if he's self-independent, so he can walk. But you have to be, your eyes as a PSW, your eyes must be watching him all time. Not just to sit down and tell him walk and come back. No, you have to be accompanied with him in his walking also, because some cases are dementia, they might walk and they don't know where they are going. Some cases might have any problem and they all of a sudden might fall on the floor or they might get injured. So in this case, you have to be always accompanied with your own patient and not to leave him anywhere. So these are some duties of the daily activities which you do for the patients when you work as a personal support worker. These are daily activities. Okay. Personal support workers of the long-term care also has, like what you see here, the care. Here, here's an example of some of the duties performed by personal support worker. Perform catheter care. The catheter is like, you see it always, it's where it collects the urine. And so he know how to deal with it, how to empty it, and how to take the measure, like how many centimeters, cubic centimeters, or how many liters of the urinate is there in the, and also assist with transfer using equipments, which we said before about, like the Hoyer, which we started with the Hoyer. Ensure all safety equipment is operating properly. So I make sure also that everything is right, nothing is broken, everything is okay. Assist residents to the ending to the dining room and the activity. Usually, most of the cases are the patients either in long-term care or in home care, like nursing homes, or retirement residence homes. They like to watch the TV, they like to sit in the dining room, they move from a place to place, they don't sit all time on the bed. No. Usually, as example, the program in the morning, you prepare them for the breakfast first, wash their faces, and help them to in the washroom. Then you dress them, they dressed. Then by 8 o'clock in the morning in most of Ontario here, they must be prepared to be there to the dining room where they will eat, have their breakfast. You will help in giving the breakfast and helping them to give them their breakfast. Then after the breakfast, they might go like sit for social activities, go for hairdressing, go for nails, like the work of spa. Then after that, they will go to the rooms, like before the end of the shift, like around the noon or afternoon, they have to go back to their rooms. So these are works, which means that they are transferring all the time. They are not sitting just on beds, but they are not only to sit on bed, but they move from one place to the other place. For that reason, the personal support worker is there to help them for these types of movement. The work personal support worker who's working in home care also. When working in home care environment, personal support worker provides services that was designed to enable our loved ones to remain living in their own room or at the home of the family members for a longer period of time. In home care, the personal support worker, look at this now, assists with all the personal care needs which many families members may find uncomfortable to do. So even the things which the family members cannot do it, you as a personal support worker must help in doing it. You must help the patients in doing it. The personal support worker providing, and also family members are not there all of the time. The personal support worker might be there, and the family members, like the life usually, they might be busy, they might be on their own work, they might even see their beloved once or twice weekly on the weekends. So this, in this case, you will find yourself totally responsible as a personal support worker. You will find yourself totally responsible for a care of the personal stuff of your patients. Yes, so providing home care must pay close attention to the physical and mental well-being of the individuals under their care. Usually, some of them are having also their own emotional problems, stress. Some of them complain that they don't see their beloved for a long time. Some of them might be here in Toronto and their beloved in Vancouver or somewhere else, and they're missing them. So when they start to talk to you, like, you have to share them the feelings, and you have to be. It's a kind of it's a work which is based on loving this work, not just do it to earn your dollars. No, it's to love the work, and in return, the people will love you. Those people, because they need a kind of passionate, they need the passion. You have to support them and give them to fill them to fill up their own needs for the patients and their social needs. You have to satisfy their social needs to be a part of this. Okay, we go now to the where is the work? Like we said before, in long-term facilities, multi-level care facilities, assisted living care centers, in hospitals, and mental health facilities, rehabilitation facilities, community health setting, home care, hospice, and the hospice also is very important, group homes, private institutions, adult day program, and retirement home or retirement residence home. These are the places where the personal support worker will work in one of these places. In one of these, and if you are working for agency, you might be working for home care, or you might be working for hospitals. You see, so in this case, it depends on the agency for whom you are working and what is their own activities. Majority of the activities are, as example, in home care only or home care in hospitals, so on. Here, so the ultimate work of the personal support worker, the ultimate task is to improve the quality of life of these people who has problems with their health, improve the quality of life. They just need to have a good, respectable, dignity life. They live with their own pride. They live with their own dignity. They live like trying to not be in need for someone's just to beg him to give them the help, but they are there. There are people to support them, to help them to have their own living, to have their own life, or what remain for the rest of their life. You have to be helpful for all these people as well. So, as example, relieve loneliness. This is very important. Relieve loneliness. As example, some of these patients, they always feel that they are lonely. You are there to show them that they don't feel alienation. They don't feel strangers. They don't feel like they are something no one is asking about them. You have to be with them always to relieve their loneliness, provide comfort to them, encourage independency in them, and promote the person's self-respect as well. Care also to each client, support worker service to people in their home, help them remain independent and continue to live with their families. Support workers make a difference in people's lives. That's true. That is true. So here now, still I would say, what are the duties? We will put a question here, and we will say, I will just put a question in personal support work is quality of life goal work. Is a quality of life goal work. That means that or personal support worker is a quality of life has a quality of life has a quality of life goal work. Discuss. It's not a matter only of some dollars which we are taking from this job, but it's like give these people passionate, satisfy for them their social needs, make them don't feel lonely. Watch out every movement of them. Is everything is okay, normal, or something is going on with them? Something is wrong, then try to fix what's wrong. Report it to your bosses. And on the spot, don't wait. Researchers help them for their daily life activities. Make them feel that you are their son or their daughter. Make them feel that you are a part of their family. Make them have a feeling. And this will never happen if you are just doing your work mechanically. If you are doing this job mechanically, this will never happen. But if you love this work, in return, this work also will love you, and these people will love you. Care about the quality of life. They are not just living, especially in their end days. No, they are living a life with a high quality. This is the main thing which is needed from the PSW. This is a point, a question. I will stop here for around 5 minutes for you guys to collect your answers regarding this question. Then we will move into the next part after this. We talked today about the transferring the patients. We had a video about the Hoyer and how to use the Hoyer. We talk about the different jobs or tasks or duties of the personal support worker. We said that the personal support worker is not only doing just a job, but is doing a quality of life job, helping the others to have a quality of life, especially those at their end days or at the last stages of their life. They have to live with dignity and they have to live with pride. So you are helping them, you are satisfying their needs and so on. So I'll stop here a few minutes for this question. PSW has a quality of life goal work. Discuss it before we move into the next part of our curriculum. Thank you. Please make your notes, write your notes. You can Google search as well and make a complete answer. You don't need to submit this answer for me. That's fine, you are fine. But at least just write it inside your notebook. So it will give me a feedback that you are totally comprehend for anything I said today. So let's go back for what we talk about today. We talk about the Hoyer and how to use the Hoyer for transportation, for transferring the Hoyer, how to use it for transferring the patient from one point to another point. We talk about some activities of everyday's life for a patient. We talk also about the ultimate goal of the support worker to enhance the quality of life for the people who need this work. We talk again about where does the personal support worker work in hospitals or home cares and so on. We also talk, that's what we said, and that he has to help the people who are in need to give assistance in the field of health and to do for them personal care, even those which they beloved don't do it. Then we came to the question of how it is a job of high quality of life. How is a job that aim to provide high quality of life to the people. And we said the points, which is like assisting those people in their personal needs, satisfying their own needs for belonging, helping them to relieve their loneliness, and helping them also in transferring from a point to a point, helping them with their own disabilities or mobilities if they cannot move or whatever, to help them in this also. Help them in their personal care as well. Shall see you in the next part. Thank you.